Hello there and welcome to issue 100, and this issue is all about the Taurus rabbit. And if you would like to know if you're part of this combination, then you have to look at the dates prior to this video and that will tell you all you need to know, and this will say whether you are a Taurus rabbit or not. Anyone 12 years prior to the first date I put up, 24, 36, they would like to know the dates for those years. Just don't hesitate, ask me, drop me a message and we'll find out if you are indeed a Taurus rabbit. Okay, let's get started straight away with the Taurus rabbit as a child. So what have we got? We've got the Taurian, who's a very happy-go-lucky child, doesn't get too stressed about many things, easy to get along with, very sort of placid, occasionally can be stubborn and dig their heels in, but on the whole they're pretty jolly. They get on with their mates, they get on very well basically with everyone. They enjoy a game of football, or they enjoy a game of netball. They're just really placid and easy going. The famous Taurus temper, well, that is something that may manifest once or twice in their lifetime. It's very rare, definitely rare at school. Not to say they won't be able to look after themselves, because they will, but then there's not really a lot of need for them, because they get on with everybody really. They're so relaxed, cool and laid back. And we put the rabbit into the mix here, and when the rabbit comes in and joins the Taurus in the combination, well, the rabbit, a little bit shyer but very talkative, again likes to get on, is quite persuasive and doesn't like conflict. So you have a totally relaxed individual here, somebody who you know, just placidly goes from day to day, nothing's too much trouble, very adaptable for their parents. They're okay if you're moving from here, there and everywhere. They just get on with it. They basically just rebuild, and that's what they're very good at. They can take quite a lot of knocks, the Taurian rabbit, and they can sort of just brush it off and say, well, stuff happens. And I say their placidity will help them make friends in all walks of life, and this carries through. Are they going to be academic? Well, there's a very good chance, but equally, if they want to get into employment, because we've still got the earthiness of the Taurus here, the influence of, okay, you know, I need to start earning my own money, need to start getting out there amongst the world. The rabbit will be fine with that, and they could just quite easily, when school time's up, forget about college and university and go earning. And it's quite possible, on the other hand, that they may do a bit of extra learning, but I would imagine an apprenticeship is a lot better thing for this combination, and something they will more than likely choose, because they can sort of learn on the spot plus getting paid. You know, that's something that they will really sort of appeal to them, because when they're getting older, when they're getting into the later teens, in the early 20s, and they want to be out and about doing stuff, they then get the need for the security. The Taurian comes in with the security, the rabbit's very security conscious, so they really do need to know that, okay, now's the time for me to start putting by. I need my place, I like to have my possessions around me, I like my own rhythm, yes, but I ultimately like my own stuff around me, and that's their security blanket. They can put up with a lot of rubbish at work, they can just basically get on with it, and as I say, there's not going to be conflicts at work, they do their job, but when they really are themselves, they come home, into the home, when they can sit down, have a lovely meal. This combination loves food, they love fine food, and they love just to be relaxing there with their partner, or many friends, which is very possible. Friends will be calling round, they're welcome. It'll be like an open house in that sense, but they will come in, respect the home of the Taurus rabbit, which, you know, that's very important to the Taurian rabbit. They respect their home that they're coming into, and they're more than welcome. You know, there'll always be food for somebody else. They're very good at sharing, you know, or a film night, invite them in, we'll watch a video. You know, they're not one of these who, right, I like my security and I shut myself off from the world. Not at all. They do like to involve other people. They'll be a very good neighbour. They'll be the sort of neighbour you can pop in or they'll pop down, you know. But where you really find the essence truly of this person is in their home, and where they're just relaxing. They're very good company and they love to chat. But they can talk about numerous things, you know. It doesn't have to be intellectual, but they just do like to see that people are okay, and there's a nice bit of back and forth and a nice bit of sort of warm banter, and they enjoy that. And as I say, their partner or their partner to be will have to be quite accepting of the X amount of friends that they know who will just drop in, or, you know, oh, such in town, they're popping in, you know. So you're going to have to be quite aware of this, that you will have to share this character, not sexually, don't get me wrong, it's not a sexual thing with them, it's just that they have friends from both sexes and all walks of life who will come in, and they will love that, they will adore that, and their partner's going to have to be one of those people, which we will talk about, that's going to be accepting of that and enjoy it as much. And equally, their friends will be allowed, as long as they respect where they are, their friends will be allowed in. You know, I can see the Taurus rabbit enjoying music very much as well, because there's a big musical element here, and, you know, there might be people just bringing an instrument round and they're having a jam for the night. X amount of people, but that's great, they love that. It's very relaxed, it's like go with the flow. They're not exactly a hippie, but they're not exactly, you know, they're not exactly fixed on any rules. There's a nice flexibility that the rabbit adds to the Taurus, whereas, you know, sometimes times can be a little bit fixed, not so much here. And, you know, it doesn't matter if things are slightly out of routine for this Taurian, you know, as long as they've got that security, hey, jump in, you know, and that's great. What sort of job would they do? Would they find an apprenticeship? Basically anywhere I can think, but I really would like to see them getting involved in the drama area, musical area, very good, film, etc. Those sort of arts where I think that relaxed and accepting attitude will make other people around them feel really, really at ease, and you'll get a good, real good creative energy flowing, and there'll be a nice balance. Film, it'll have a nice natural element to it, and I think they'll be, you know, they're so easy going in that sense. They don't mind getting up, going to work at 2 o'clock in the morning. They can do it because it needs to be done, and plus it's the best time to get a certain footage, etc. They're fine with it, it doesn't bother them. And as I say, there's such a lovely, relaxed creature that, you know, nothing's too much trouble in that sense of the work, as long as they get decent money, which they will in the end after the apprenticeship. They get decent money, they make sure that the bank balance is all right, and they're happy. They're happy, you know. They'll have their quirky little bits around the house which they enjoy. They quite enjoy things from all different cultures sitting around the house, like you know, different bits of pottery from all over that will appeal to them, and they'll have a lot of memories from the certain people they've met from these places who've come to stay with them, lovely gifts, that sort of thing, and they are such a warmer character. So who is going to be the one to accept this real relaxed character, not get on their case, not try and budge them about, or say, come on, you know, get them into a rhythm that they're not going to particularly sort of, you know, get the best out of them? Who's going to be relaxed like they are, just do their job, come home and chill, and, you know, who's going to enjoy that environment? Well, the goats will love this environment. It gives a lot of shine to the goat's energy and their creative energies, and together they can be very creative combination. Plus the goat is a little on the eccentric side, as we know, especially away from the limelight and at home. They'll have a great collection of friends, and from there you're going to have a real mixture of different cultures, different theories, different thoughts, and that's fantastic for this couple. Great combination. In the love stakes, where we've spoke a little bit about how the rabbit can be a little bit security conscious rather than sexually conscious, that, you know, they'd rather that their possessions and their home's intact, and the sexual side of it, they're not that bothered. Well, with the Taurian, they're a little bit more tactile, and they're makes this rabbit a little bit more amorous, which will please the goat, because the goat is a very expressive and emotional sign when it comes to things like that. So there will be a nice chemistry as well. So if we look for the goat years, and we look for the Cancerian, the Virgo, the Capricorn and the Pisces goats, they'll be all fantastic mix, and as I say, they'll have a really, really good energy flow in there. Also, we have to look at the pigs. The pigs will love the way the rabbit will include them in everything. You know, their friends, you know, the pigs like to be included, but they like to be quite exclusive as well. So there may be a slight tolerance to these different people coming in, but the pigs will really appreciate that they're involved in everything. You know, there's nothing hidden from them. They like the purity of that, whereas the rabbit will say, yeah, come in, they won't be hiding stuff. And the pig's ultimate insecurities for maybe getting a little over jealous, or maybe getting a little possessive, doesn't really run through in this combination, because, you know, they're involved from top to bottom of everything that's going on. So they're very happy then. Then they make the home very palatial and a very warm home, and they enjoy the friends of the rabbit, and they have their own exclusive mates, that's true, but they're welcoming as well. So, you know, there's a lot of great things pointing towards bringing up children as well with the pig and the rabbit, because you know, that relaxed atmosphere where a child can flourish, plus the protective inside that zone. There's very protective to the outside world, you know, who aren't on their list, and so that protection and that freedom to be creative, you know, because the pig enjoys the arts, can be very creative in themselves, especially with words and writing. So absolutely another creative, brilliant combination. So let's look for the pigs of Cancer, of Scorpio, of Virgo and of Capricorn. You know, they are the ones that we're going to have to be looking at, especially in this combination. And we can also try the Piscean pig. There's a very strong one as well. But there, you're going to have to sort of balance it out ever so slightly with the emotions. Can get a bit complex, but no, that's still very good. If we look at things where health could be a problem with the Taurian rabbit, well, they pretty much look after themselves very, very well. There can be the overeating syndrome, maybe possibly with this combination, but I think with you know, a loving partner around, and they're happy, there's not going to be the comfort inside that can sometimes come out in Taurus, because, you know, there's no need to be miserable. Occasionally Taurians can then overindulge. We know they love their food, but they overindulge when they're a little bit, should we say, unhappy with certain things at home. But there's not going to be, because they've got the right partner, and there's nothing to worry about. If we look at the ones we've got to avoid, well, we have to avoid the roosters at all costs. And even though as tolerant and as laid back as this character is, they will still find the edge, the aggression and stinging nature a little bit of the rooster, where they're very clinical. Yes, they're eccentric, but they don't mind that, but there's a clinical edge, and there may be too much, you know, acid between them, or they can get quite verbal against each other, and the rabbit gets hurt. So let's avoid all roosters. Thank you for tuning in for my 100th episode, and please join me for the next one. Thank you.